Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah with Jujube Crafts and More. And if we're old friends, thanks for stopping by and welcome back. Today I'm participating in a monthly challenge called Try It Tuesday. This challenge is hosted by Sammy at Unicorn Dust Designs, and our co-host this month is Theresa B DIY. I'll leave both of their channels in the description box down below, so make sure you go check out their channels after you're done with my channel. So the idea behind this Try It Tuesday is to take something that another creator has made and put your own spin on it. So I'm taking Crafted by Coie Topiary design, and I'm going to create 3 designs that are of my own. So to get started with this first topiary, we're going to need to make some felt flowers. So I'm going to give you a little tutorial here as to how you make these felt flowers. You're going to cut this piece of felt into a square. I believe it's 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, but I'll leave the dimensions in the description box below for sure. After I cut the circle out of the square, I am just going to fold it into quarters so that I've got a good idea as to where the half mark is. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it directly up the middle and then down the sides, if that makes sense. So we're basically cutting this circle into quarters. You don't want to go all the way through because we're just making the petals here. So after you get quarters, you're going to cut those quarters into quarters again. So you've got 8 segments all together. Now I suggest using really sharp scissors for this. It just makes it a little easier because they're kind of small. So you're going to go through with each of the segments, and you're just going to round the segments off into a petal shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Flowers are not perfect in nature. We just want to make it look flower-ish. Okay, so when we're done creating the petals, then we're going to take this piece of felt, and it's a 1/4 inch by 2 3/8, and I'm just going to put some hot glue on the end, and I'm just going to roll it down on itself. So you definitely don't have to use hot glue here. You could use like Aleene's tacky glue, and I think that would work just perfectly for this, and then you don't have to risk burning your fingers. So my fingers are dead from years of crafting, so it doesn't bother me. Once you have that little shape, you're just going to take some scissors and trim off the edge to make it kind of a graduated shape. Kind of looks like a cinnamon roll to me. Then we're just going to plop that in the middle with a little hot glue, and voila, you've got some adorable felt flowers that were super easy to make. So to start our topiary for this project, we are going to cut a 12-inch dowel down to 6 inches. Then I'm going to take this 3-pack of styrofoam balls from the dollar store, and I'm just going to hot glue one of those dowels into the ball. Next, I'm going to take my little felt flowers, and this is not nearly enough here, just so you know. And we're just going to hot glue them to the little styrofoam ball. So in the description box down below, I will count the flowers and let you know exactly how many I used. Next, I'm going to take one of these plastic craft jars. I think Dollar Tree pretty much has these year-round anymore, but any little jar will do just fine. And then I'm going to take this burlap and lace ribbon, and I'm just going to wrap it around my jar, hot gluing it to secure it. And I did fold down the edge to make it look nicer. Next, I'm going to take this white twine, and I'm just going to wrap the top of the jar with that to hide the lid threads, and to finish it off, make it look a little nicer. After that, I'm going to take this sheer pink ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap it around the lace twice, securing it in the back with some more hot glue. Next, I'm taking this pink sand that I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna fill it up just about to the bottom of the lace ribbon there, or the burlap ribbon. Next, I'm gonna take some pink sheer ribbon and this kind of peachy colored sheer ribbon, and I'm gonna double it up and create a little bow that's gonna go right underneath the top of my topiary here. And I will secure that with a little bit of hot glue just so that bow doesn't go anywhere. And here is a look at our adorable topiary. I love how this turned out. It reminds me of candy or something, I don't know. So for our second DIY, we are going to make some little streamer or crepe paper roses. So I just start out with my probably about 12 to 18 inches of streamer paper that I just picked up from the Dollar Tree. And unfortunately, black was all I had in my stash. So we're just gonna make it work, and we are going to create a spring topiary from these black rosettes that I'm going to make. So basically you just start out rolling it upon itself, and then as you go, you're just gonna kind of twist that crepe paper and wrap it around just keep wrapping it around itself. So you can see the shape start to take shape. You can see the rose start to take shape. Now, if you'd like, you can add some hot glue to secure as you go. With the crepe paper or the streamers, I don't find that I need to do that. You can do the same technique with fabric, and you definitely want to do that with the fabric, but with this crepe paper, it kind of holds onto itself a little bit and it doesn't come apart as easily. So just keep twisting that paper and turning it around, twist and turn until you're all done. And then once we get to the end, I will use some hot glue to secure those little bits to the rose so it doesn't come unraveled. And these are super quick and super easy to make. I love making these little crepe paper roses. And again, if you want it to be a bigger flower, just use more crepe paper, or if you want it smaller, use less. So I'm going to take another one of these styrofoam balls, and I'm going to hot glue, what is there, 6 of them, I think? Yeah, I think I made 6. So I'm just going to glue those in random areas on the styrofoam ball as we go. After that, I'm going to take some of this reindeer moss that I purchased from the Dollar Tree I think last year actually. So it's been hanging out for a while, but I'm just going to hot glue it to the blank areas on this topiary. And then just using my scissors, I'm going to give it a haircut and just trim back any of those wild pieces of moss so that it's more streamlined with the roses. And then once that's done, you'll have to go back in and fill in any places where you can still see the white styrofoam underneath. And then you'll trim again. So I wanted to add a pop of color, so I'm taking some of these wildflowers from the Dollar Tree. This was just a bunch that I picked up there. And I am going to cut off, I don't know how many I cut off, just randomly a few. And I'm just gonna place them wherever my eye thinks that it needs to go. So I don't have any specific spots. There's no pattern. It's just I'm putting it where I think it needs it. So I hope everyone is staying safe and dry and warm. I know we've had some crazy weather across the United States lately, and so I hope everyone's safe, and if anybody is joining us from other countries, I hope that wherever you're from, you're staying safe and happy and healthy, all that kind of good stuff. We are here. It's starting to warm up. We're in a pineapple express, which happens here. So we were like a polar vortex last week and a pineapple express this week. So all of our snow that we had last week is melting quite fast. Next, I'm going to take some of these little pieces of greenery. I'm just cutting off the very tips of the greenery, and I'm hot gluing it onto the topiary. Again, in just kind of a sporadic order. And I kind of wanted it to look like maybe they're outgrowing their topiary, like it needs a trim. I thought this was really cute. And I keep spinning it around to make sure that, you know, every area on this topiary is how I want it to look. So next I'm going to take a longer piece of the greenery off of these wildflowers, and I'm going to hot glue it to the base of the topiary, and then I'm going to spiral it down my dowel rod there, and I'll just secure the bottom of it with some hot glue. Next, I'm going to take one of these boxes and some Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to paint the front of the drawer. Now, I'm being lazy and only doing the front, but you know, if you want, you can do all of it. And then I'm going to do all four sides, all four outsides and the bottom, and then the very rim. And then I do go into the inside of the box as well, because once that drawer is closed, you could kind of see a little bit of the natural wood showing. So just putting some floral foam into the drawer. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon that I got from Michael's after Christmas on like mega clearance. I think it was 70 or 80% off. It was a really good deal. So I am just going to hot glue that to the outside of the box. And then I'm going to take some more of this pink sheer ribbon, and I'm going to hot glue it right into the middle of this buffalo plaid ribbon. Now I spared you the agony of watching me do a bow, but I just created a regular shoelace type bow, very simple and easy bow, and I'm just trimming down the ends and adding my topiary to the top. Now, to cover up the floral foam that's inside there, I am just taking a little bit of hot glue and some more of the reindeer moss, and I'm just gonna stuff it into that flowered area. And here is a look at how my topiary with black roses turned out. I think it turned out perfect for spring, and I love it. So for our third DIY, we're gonna take the third ball, and I'm just gonna wrap this white twine around the entire ball. So I don't know why I started in the middle, but you could start at the top and work your way down, or you could start at the middle and go both ways. So before I finished the bottom of the ball though, I did put my dowel in, and I had put a 6-inch dowel rod into this at this point, but I do change it to a 12-inch dowel rod just because that's what I needed for the vase that this is going into. So I broke out my button stash, and I am just going to glue buttons to the outside of this topiary. And I, again, just in random order, and there's no color scheme here. I'm just kind of going for all colors, maybe more pastel, like spring type colors, but I don't think I used any red, but I used pink and purple and blue, orange, yellow, green. So then I'm also layering some of the bigger buttons with smaller buttons on top. So I just keep working at this until my eyes are happy with how it looks, and that's when I know it's complete. So I have this really cute bunny vase that I've had for a million years, and I'm just adding some lentils in there and some greenery around the outside to complete the look. And here is my spring bunny, all done and all finished. I think this turned out really cute and perfect for Easter. So let me know in the description bar or in the comments down below. I always do that. Let me know in the comments down below which was your favorite. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the playlist, and I will talk to you later.